All right, my name is Brandon Walker, and I host Pick Central, Barstool's daily gambling show here at noon every weekday. I am hosting that show right now. You're watching it. It is Pick Central. Brought to you by Fireball Whiskey. #1 shot in the United States of America, Fireball. That iconic name, that iconic flavor. You know what it tastes like. It's an iconic flavor. And whether you're having a mundane after-work party, whether you're just getting together with a couple of dudes, a couple of girls, whatever you're getting together to celebrate, maybe it's a big tailgate at a college football game, this is what takes it to the next level. I'm holding the Fireball Adult Trick or Treats, which is a bunch of shots of Fireball in nice, easy packaging there. Fireball, it's time to say F it and free your fire with the #1 shot in the United States of America, Fireball.
Points to Fireball for the Adult Trick or Treat Halloween.
Yes, indeed.
October. That's very, very smart marketing.
Yes, it is. It is. And you show up to one of these, it's going to be a party. So, hello, everybody. We go from left to right. Grinning like a goddamn idiot is Smitty. My question to you is this. Outside of an actual championship, is this among the best times of your life to be a Philly fan?
Yeah, it was a good weekend.
I mean, the
Eagles almost blew it last night, but
they didn't.
They did not. It was a very good weekend.
The Eagles are now 6-0.
6-0.
The Phillies have vanquished the Braves and are getting ready for the Padres.
Correct.
And the Sixers are one of the favorites to win the NBA this year, or at least the East.
Sixers starts tomorrow. Joel Hans Embiid is a living, walking god.
Yep.
The Flyers are 2-0 some way, somehow. Still need to sell the team. The
Flyers don't matter.
And the Philadelphia Union, #1 seed. Dupe.
Who the hell's the Philadelphia Union?
Dupe.
I imagine MLS.
What does that mean?
Dupe.
See, I don't know. All right. Okay. Phillies are in the NLCS.
Also, another night last night where there were no major incidents reported by the Philadelphia police.
Oh my goodness!
Mm-hmm. Second time this year the Eagles have won, and there have been no incidents overnight.
Terrific! That's fantastic news.
Seriously, everyone comes together. It's actually like a great thing.
No, I'm not being sarcastic.
Mm-hmm.
Problem's always down in New Orleans during Saints games too.
And we're talking about Philly, but okay.
I know, but I'm just saying it's a real thing. Like it brings people together.
It does. It does.
Oh, it does. It brings people together.
Oh shit!
How did you take a question? Not even him. How did you take a question about being a great time to be a Philly fan and bring it back to crime anyway?
Crime has been an issue in Philadelphia.
Okay, all right. The Phillies are in the NLCS.
And I'm saying that it brings people together. Eagles games, Eagles wins, bring people together.
Good. The Phillies are in the NLCS and the Eagles are 6-0.
It's amazing.
What an incredible
actually amazing
confluence of events.
That's of course obviously not going to crash down at all.
Even if it crashes down, though, I mean the Eagles. Nobody expected them to be 6-0, and nobody expected the Phillies to be in the NLCS.
Even if it crashes
Phillies.
down,
I don't know why the Phillies get such a pass of like a team that shouldn't they shouldn't have been here. I understand that, but like they did pay they paid Bryce Harper huge people they have contracts that they should.
I understand.
be in places where I don't get why it's so. And I am terrified of the Phillies right now. They have it going. That is a team you don't want to play, but they're not I don't know. Some teams are pissing me off where they're like, oh, it's house money. It's like,
look, the Mets are $1 billion above the luxury tax to the point where they're getting draft picks.
Two highest paid teams are out.
Yeah. The Phillies, it's not that they're here, it's how they're here. They started 22-29. They fired their manager. Bryce was out most of the year. Bryce Harper, that contract, he's underrated at this point. He is so fucking good. But it's amazing.
There will be plenty of time to talk about the Phillies and the Eagles later in this show. The Yankees boys are to my left, and I got to say one of them just really fucking stupid.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Stupid.
I'd like to explain it before anything.
Hold on.
Selfish is the word.
Okay.
No, it's not selfish.
Well, let's
I want to explain.
Let's play this before we get. First of all, the Giants are 5-1, and
right.
as everything I just sucked his dick about is also on the table for you guys.
We've beaten good teams.
But
We've beaten good teams.
Yeah.
Well, they beat the Cowboys.
And they're not that bad.
The Cowboys.
I didn't say
They beat the Giants.
I didn't say they haven't beat good teams. I'm saying
Eagles
we have
did.
beaten good teams.
That's good.
Yeah, I didn't say anything about the Eagles.
No, because the Giants is
Why did I said the Giants are 5-1 and y'all got
because
defensive?
we're very defensive because
I didn't say anything.
People are
let me
coming.
explain because people are just
It ain't you, it's him.
But I'm saying it's
He
as
knows.
Giants fans.
We talked.
It's every week. It's
Okay.
the worst 2-1, the worst 3-1
Nobody.
team,
No.
the
Nobody.
worst 4-1 team, the worst 5-1 team.
Nobody said anything.
Giants are
You
not.
know that you didn't say
Giants
it.
are not that
Okay,
bad.
well, stop defending.
But
something
people are
that-
saying it, and it pisses me off
I mean, you guys did get outgained by 200 yards yesterday. I don't know how you're winning these fucking games.
because our defense is good.
Because they're not that bad.
You gave it 450 yards.
So what?
Not
Made
no
big plays
touchdowns.
on it.
I just don't understand how y'all are doing this.
That's a lot of field goals.
Fine.
Not that
Imagine what we could do if we had good players in offense.
Game 5 of the
That's
Guardians.
Saquon.
Game 5 of the Guardians and the Yankees is tonight, and this idiot did this.
I have to do this. I have to do this.
Doesn't have
I
to
need
do
to
it.
speak for Yankees
me
fans.
explain.
I'm done being scared. I'm done complaining about this fucking team. We have one game to win. It's against the Guardians. The Guardians? Who cares about them? Who cares about the Guardians? That sounds like the team the Savannah Banana plays. No one cares about them. Josh Naylor, that fat bastard. Well, he's shaking a baby when they were down 3-2. The SpongeBob guy, grow up. Who watches SpongeBob anymore? The Yankees are going to win tonight. I am guaranteeing the Yankees win. I'm done playing this scared bullshit. We're the New York Yankees. Yeah, we have a lot of money. Sorry, your teams are poor. I don't give a fuck. We're the Yankees. I'm going to talk about my World Series. I'm going to talk about this team because we are better than you and we are going to win. We're not going to lose to the Guardians in the ALDS. Get out of here. New York Yankees win tonight, and we're on to the Astros.
What's me?
So one of two things are going to come out from that video. Number one, either the Yankees win and everyone forgets about that, or number two, that's going to live in infamy like Liz Gonzalez's, God rest her soul, 27 rings video. Like there's no other outcome.
I don't know.
He's done it before.
But I've done this. But this is where I'm not selfish, and this is where I actually like. Let me talk before you call me selfish again, because the last 4 streams, and I do short porch twice a week, every single week with Tommy and Hubs. Every week for the 162 games, I was on the show, and all we do is complain about this team, and complain and act scared. It's like, we cannot be. We're the Yankees. People should be scared of us. I'm sick of acting like we're the Mets, acting like we're other franchises. Where Game 5 shut the fuck up for a second. Game 5 in New York against the Guardians, and yeah, they are a young team. They shouldn't be here. They're playing with house money. Blah blah blah. Frank Kona said he would have jogged to this point if he got it. That is where, like, we need to shut the fuck up and just be the Yankees and beat the Guardians. Like, it should not even be a thing.
I think everybody has something to say. I'll let Big Ed.
Yeah, no, it's a lot.
So, on the Tommy and Hubs thing being negative, I agree with you. I'd say I land somewhere in the middle between you and them in terms of I agree we need to be more confident. They're too just complain, too silent, too you can't say a word. Or
Every little
jinx.
thing.
Every pitch is oh no. Which Tommy gets a little more in the game, worried about that than Hubs. But I'd say I fall in the middle. Now, I agree with some of what you say. Like, listen, we have to beat the Guardians. We need to beat the Guardians. But the guaranteeing victory is self-serving. It is to say.
we also
to do the
are.
video and say Smitty was mostly right. That it was either we win and then people won't. Then you get to have the last laugh.
No, that's the Yankees.
Or if-
team win.
Or if they lose, it'll get a ton of views. I don't know if it'll do like Liz views because you have done it before.
You might have to.
You've done a couple of these before. The Liz Gonzalez video was fantastic. I love that video.
What an all-time.
But I am
It's the best
also
video, bud.
confident. Like, I'm not just like.
I am too. I'm confident.
Obviously,
too.
what we got to do
Very
content
confident.
here. We're doing content.
100%.
But like, also, I am very confident in this game, and like, I'm so sick of hearing, oh, why are we bringing Wendy and why are we overmanaging? Shut the fuck up. We are going to win this game, and that's it.
There are certain times the Boone stuff I get it, but
What, Brandon?
I'm confident. I'm confident as well.
Get in your head right.
But I'm not guaranteeing
Gotta
victories.
get into your head. You are the Yankees.
Yeah.
You are the team. They're just the little Guardians.
I'm right.
You're the fucking Yankees.
Yep.
So you got to be confident. You haven't fucking won anything in 13 goddamn years.
This isn't me saying we're
You're
winning
not-
the World
You
Series.
have gotten to this spot. The Yankees losing the playoffs all the time. all the time. Every year they lose in the playoffs.
Everyone loses.
Everyone loses.
I know, but he's
Everyone loses
saying.
playoffs all the
No, but
time.
I'm saying the
understand that.
Guardians.
But
I'm
he's
not saying
saying-
the World Series. I'm saying we have to beat the Guardians. I'm not saying we need to
Seems
beat
like the
Astros.
Guardians have beaten the Yankees. I mean, this is not unusual.
Really? Who?
Yeah, not really.
So the Yankees.
it's been the Astros.
The Astros have beat us almost
It
every
really
year.
has.
The Rays
The Red
got
Sox. The Red Sox.
The
are
Rays
like-
a couple years ago got us that too.
The Rays are
The
not the
ALCS.
Guardians. The
I think
Guardians.
the Rays are very similar to the Guardians and
Rays are in the World
some
Series.
talent because they got to play the Yankees.
They have better pitching.
The Rays
Built
are.
similar-ish. I
You
would
guys
argue,
are
but-
disrespecting the shit out of a team that might knock your ass out of the fucking playoffs.
I'm not disrespecting.
don't we?
them.
You are.
I'm telling them that we are better than them. And
That's disrespecting.
We are
you
better
have-
than them. That's a
if
fact.
you have to, you know what? I will disrespect them. You're
Is
saying
this not crazy?
how cool is it that Terry Francona said he would jog to the fucking like? That's how they don't even.
You got a do or die situation. They got Francona. You got Aaron Boone. That doesn't bother you at all.
No, it doesn't. That doesn't at all.
I don't think that's. I mean,
Francona's made a hell of a living.
Look,
I don't know if that's going to be like baseball. Sometimes managing can be. I think can be overhyped. I mean, then there are certain moments where it definitely matters.
look.
I don't know how much that's. We'll see if it comes into play tonight.
Major League Baseball is begging for Houston Yankees at
yeah.
LCS. So don't be surprised if a couple things tonight might go the Yankees' way.
All right.
Also, do you know what I realized today? How much we've complained about Costas, that the Guardians think that Costas like loves the Yankees.
It's his name.
Shocking.
His name is Guardian Bob.
He literally like sucks the Cleveland's dick.
I didn't hear him say.
And I was seeing Cleveland fans all over Twitter being like, "Oh, like I was seeing Ohio State, somebody being like, oh, Costas loves the Yankees." I'm like, "What are we
I
talking
hate the
about?"
way you say his name.
Who?
Bob Costas.
Costas?
Costas. Costas. Costas.
Costas.
I say Bob Costas.
Yeah, Costas.
What did I say?
Costas.
Costas.
Yeah, Costas. Bob Costas.
Costas. He didn't cost us anything. He's
But
free. He's
It's
on
costing
TV.
me my headache.
But for the last,
Calling these dumbass
guaranteeing
games.
is whatever. But like, we are becoming whiny as fans.
That's
where
true.
it's
I
like
agree.
we're whining about. We haven't always been whiny,
Oh.
but our fans sometimes.
Well, actually, you know what it's that we're
Greasy
listen, Tommy
Goomba
and
That I
Hubs
want,
are like a
though.
specific
That I like.
Yankee fan.
Call us greasy Goomba fucks. I want to be that. That is what
You gotta
the
win
Yankees
to be
are.
that, though.
But winning like World Series, yes, I understand we need a world. In the last decade, we should win a World Series, of course. But like, we're still in the playoffs every fucking year.
No, but every year you get in the playoffs and you lose to somebody.
But everyone does.
Not everyone does because teams win World Series.
Yeah, but then like the Braves, like they won a World Series.
Yeah.
They lost to the Phillies.
But they won a World
But
Series.
all right, the Astros won a World Series,
Right.
sure. So there's other teams that keep getting in the playoffs that lose all the time.
I know, but you're
Dodgers
acting
fell
like
the other
it's,
night.
it's insane to think a team like the Guardians could beat the Yankees,
Yeah.
and it is very much
And
not.
also saying that
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, and
the
also,
Padres just beat the Dodgers. The Phillies just beat the Braves.
also it's a little
See,
bullshit.
It's
you
not
guys,
insane, but we are the better team.
yeah,
The
no,
Dodgers are better than the Padres. It happens.
It's also
that's why I said it's
kind of
not
bullshit.
insane.
You guys were 80-10 at one point, saying this is the greatest team of all time, and now saying, oh well, teams lose in the playoffs. Sometimes
Why is
it
that?
happens.
What are you talking about? You just
No,
said,
that's
oh
just
we
facts.
we played so how we got here. It's like you barely.
I'm saying
say about
irrationality
us
the
about
entire
barely being
season,
there.
and then in the playoffs, be
You
like,
said
oh,
the Phillies were
reality.
the worst team at all times. Like you said, oh look at the Phillies. They'll probably not make the playoffs. How many times? So you
pretty
can't say
optimistic down the
now.
stretch.
You can't go
Pretty
to your
optimistic down the
team. You
stretch.
said it a bunch. Guys know he did.
Well, early on they were
Early
terrible.
on he did,
Early
but
on,
no,
it
he was optimistic.
Yeah, but you
Second half of the year.
can't just be like, oh, our team barely got here now, and now we're gonna win. We're doing the same thing.
I'm not.
You'd say it
saying
when your team sucked.
Don't
Yes,
act
you
like
did.
it's crazy for you to.
Bro,
have
you're
said it.
don't
But-
act like I'm an idiot. 'cause
But
you listen
I don't
to this.
remember him saying it. But don't act like you're.
But
both
when you
wrong.
said that when your team sucked,
I hate
did you
both
say
of
they
you.
sucked? Did you say they sucked? When your
Yeah,
team,
when
our team was really good, we said they were really good. So what's the difference?
It was all season. You guys were saying, oh, you
We
guys
didn't. When it was in August, when it was horrible, we were like, "This is not good." You react as a fan. You react to what is happening at that time. The Yankees were 80-10.
shit.
We're fucking incredible.
We're in the money this week, boys.
What?
I didn't realize we had so many ads on the show.
Yeah,
Look at us.
yeah, because we're fighting. That's good.
No, you're fighting. Nobody else is fighting but you.
Oh, this is good.
You're the only one fighting.
It's a sports band.
I don't think you're actually confident.
Oh, I'm very
I
confident.
don't think you are because you are lashing out at Smitty. You're lashing out at everybody.
Oh, well,
that was a lash out.
no, you did
lashing
the
out.
you did the condescending like no.
Gav, he's scared.
You were condescending.
I think I'm confident. I'm
No, not
legitimately
you.
confident.
He's
I'm
scared.
not scared.
Marty's scared.
I'm not scared.
Let it be known.
I'm on edge because
I'm a title for the
everyone's
replay of this
coming
show. If we have a title for the replay of this show, Marty Mush is scared of the Guardians. That needs to be the title.
You're a real piece of shit.
NASCAR is back in
Good
South.
win by Kentucky this weekend, by the way. Great win.
I told you it was going to happen.
I know it was a good win.
I actually know my team.
I do.
Hope you know your team.
I know it.
I told you what was going to happen. And
telling
you
you-
guys are trash.
Can I just
I
tell you what's
smashed
happening?
Kentucky.
I'm telling you what's happening.
The run defense didn't
You
look.
guys are trash.
Oh, we're good.
You're not good.
We're good.
You're not a good team. You're
I don't
gonna
know if
go
we're
like
great.
eight-
I don't know if we're great.
No,
I
you're
think
not
we're
good. You're going to go
Good.
7-5 or 8-4. You might not win another game.
Well, let's put it over under at 8.5. 8.5. What you
Don't
want
we already have a handshake bet?
on the
What is
Kiffin
for?
Auburn?
Zaz
Kiffin
tweeted-
Auburn.
When they pulled up my video on the side of trending, it just says woke War 3.
Oh, are we in Woke War 3? NASCAR is back in South Florida. It's Dixie Vodka 400 race weekend. How often do we sit and say, God, when's the Dixie Vodka 400 coming up? It is this weekend. Championship hopes will be on the line with one of the last chances to lock into the championship 4. Watch the stars of NASCAR race to keep their dream alive. Tune in October 23rd at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. I don't know if you boys were watching the highlights yesterday, but we had quite a fracas in NASCAR yesterday. Kyle Larson and Bubba Wallace. It was quite the fracas. You can guarantee your 2022 Dixie Vodka 400 weekend experience today. Adult tickets are low as $49, and kids 12 and under start at just $10. You don't want to miss this at Homestead Miami Speedway's Dixie Vodka 400. It'll be a major part of the 2022 NASCAR Cup playoffs. It'll be a critical second race of 3 in the round of 8 for the Cup Series playoffs, as a victory will give the winner an automatic berth in the round of 4. It'll mark the first time on the 1.5-mile venue for NASCAR's next-gen car. Tune into NASCAR's Dixie Vodka 400 race, October 23rd, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That is this Sunday. I just read the ad. So why are you telling me to read the ad?
No, ad is.
Okay, what's this? What does that mean?
We did that last week. Come on,
I
Brandon.
what? No, what? No,
I
don't.
think he's telling you good job.
What is
no,
that?
no.
No.
It's-
What is that? God,
All right, chat. What do you think this is?
nobody knows what that is.
Toss that thumbs up, Za.
The chat knows what
Chat,
this is.
give us that.
Give us a goddamn
smash that
like on the
button.
street. Give us a
Smash
like.
that like button.
Well, I understand that, but when I'm reading the ad and you're doing this, I don't know what you're telling me about the ad.
No, as an after the ad.
But I wasn't after the ad. You were doing it while I was in the ad.
You told them NASCAR is the best company on the planet, which is true.
Good producer back there trying to tell you what to do because you forget things.
You're not going to talk to me like that, Za. Not today.
I don't want to stop you once we get going with the birds and all that stuff. Big NFL news.
And you guys.
Yeah,
are
that guy
trash.
look rich.
He does look rich.
Oh, he
That
came
looks
in like
real
the cock
money.
of the walk.
I know.
He definitely did.
He
got
owned
a-
the place. He might own the place.
He's got a rich guy lean to him too. I don't know.
Who on this show said the Padres were bad after they
Probably you.
I didn't say bad. I didn't say
Oh,
bad.
that one?
Rico?
No.
Rico talked a lot of
I'm,
base- he
I'm
was,
on the record. I didn't say bad. I said they're the definition of Met. It's where you go to be average. And to their credit, they are trying. They've always had a top.
Trying. Hell, they're in the LCS.
Well, they're finally fucking trying.
They're spending money.
Talent.
They threw down.
No. They you could spend money, but you go to the Padres and you're happy to live in sunny Southern California,
true.
and you're okay with not winning. Now they're trying with the talent that they have.
They've
They've always been talented.
So I just follow baseball. I don't watch baseball every night. I really don't. I was following in August and September when Josh Hader was giving up run after run after run.
Unstoppable.
And I watched the other day when he was pitching. I'm like, how does anybody ever get a hit off this guy?
He's incredible.
So he-
How
Unstoppable.
does anybody ever hit him?
Sneakily bounced back in September.
I understand, but how did anybody ever touch him?
He had like an ERA of 20
was
during
the
a month
worst.
and hasn't
For
been
like 2
over a run
months, he was
since.
the
He
worst.
goes 100 miles an hour.
And he has that
Weird
crazy
slot.
like, cock, like
Arm slot's
It's like
weird.
it's like you don't see the ball till it's like the very
He threw a
end.
3-2 changeup the other day just to do it, and it was like an 89-mile-an-hour changeup off a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, and it made the guy look stupid.
Do you think they're trying and playing different because of Tatis? Because of the whole like.
I just think
That pissed him
mad,
off. It wouldn't
pissed him
surprise me
off.
if there's a little bit of a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah,
there.
I think playing the Dodgers it probably helped them a little bit too because the
think the
Dodgers
Mets
owned them so much.
I think the Mets really helped them. Like saying like
Grab some momentum.
once that got going, like with the Musgrove shit and all that, like I think it just.
Plus,
there are
Machado's playing like a fucking MVP right
Yeah,
now.
he is.
Soto isn't like he's
He's had a few
good, but he's not Juan Soto. what you expect.
And if
out
he
of him.
snaps into it,
And,
Exactly.
and their pitching is lights out right now. Musgrove and Snell are pitching like they're Cy Young winners. Like they're tough.
I think it's real interesting how the new baseball playoff design, the 2 out of 3, and then you get the 3 out of 5. It's almost like an advantage for the underdogs to get hot on the 2 out of 3 while the other team's sitting out for 4 or 5 days.
that's fine.
No,
but
and then the 3 out of 5 is huge high variance instead of 4 out of 6.
there's never
The best team, you still should win.
There's never ever been a bigger loser move than teams like the Dodgers and their
Oh,
fans
yeah,
complaining
big
about the
time.
format.
Big time.
That's bad.
That's one of the biggest loser moves you could ever possibly do. I don't know if the Braves are doing as much. I've seen it a lot out of the Dodgers. Hell, the LA Times wrote a story about.
Yeah, there was
it.
an
Wrote a
article.
column about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
They should be the World Series winners.
This is the biggest bitch move possible.
If you were the best team, you'd win.
You know, in their defense, I remember the Eagles won 4 straight Super Bowls in the early 2000s. Phillies were World Series champions in 2011.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
They weren't in the World Series in 2011, were they?
No, but they were the best team in baseball.
Okay, but that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Okay, good.
That matters.
Good. Fair
Even
enough.
though I don't think you should complain about the format, whatever. I still do think though that the 1 seed should pick. Not if
here's my problem with that. Wouldn't the Dodgers have picked the Padres?
I'm not saying
I feel like the Dodgers would have picked the Padres.
Maybe.
That's exactly who they would have picked.
No,
But see,
they would've picked the
I think having to pick hurts them.
they would have picked the Phillies.
I don't want a world where you can pick your opponent.
I don't either. I'm not crazy
It's just
about
more
it.
that like because what were the Phillies a 6?
Yeah.
So the one you usually with a 1 would play the 6. That's
Look,
the only reason.
Look,
But I
not
don't
only
agree
do you
completely.
get a bye with home field advantage, you can start your fucking guys 1-2. That should be clear enough advantage in baseball.
It is.
Where the
That's
best
true.
team should win.
That's
I think it's stupid that you shouldn't complain about because if you're just better, you'll win. It's just what it
the
is.
Braves, the Phillies headed into Atlanta with their number 3 against Atlanta's supposed ace, and that's on Atlanta that their supposed ace didn't do anything.
Correct?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is it's usually like you're the best team, you have to play the worst ranked team, like 1 versus 6 instead of
Like the NFL reseeding thing.
yeah.
All right, now speaking of the NFL, 22 minutes in, we're just now getting the NFL. Wow, what a loaded sports again.
Great sports weekend.
We're entering, and it was great this weekend, but we're entering the best time. We got all 4 sports going. We got hockey going. We got basketball starting tomorrow night. We're going to have all 4 major sports and college football, all 4 major professional sports and college football going at the exact same time.
Saturday, biggest UFC card of the year.
Really?
Monster card. Monster.
Where's it at?
Now Abu Dhabi, so it's a day card.
Okay, all right.
It's one of those they pay huge money to. They basically pay the UFC massive money to come to them, have a big event.
That was your main fighting?
Yes,
Nice.
co-main event for the bantamweight title, which I'm gonna miss the main card because I'll be at the LSU game.
In the NFL, the big game, the Buffalo Bills beat the Kansas City Chiefs 24-20. I believe that was the score.
Yeah.
The Bills beat the Chiefs. Sets up the Bills to have the inside track to the number 1 seed later on, and I don't know that I see a world where we don't see these 2 teams play again in January.
They have to.
And for Buffalo's sake, that needs to be in Buffalo this time. Yep. We would probably change the mojo there, but it was a low-scoring game, but 2 very, very good fucking teams.
Also, I mean, not that the Chiefs didn't too, but the Bills left so many points on the board.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, they had 3 drives inside the 20. They had 3 points.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Holmes through the red zone interception.
Yeah, they left some points on the board too for sure, but
Bad
Bills left a
interception
lot.
at the end by
Yeah.
Mahomes, man. You left him a minute 4. It felt like they had a good chance.
Yeah, and the Bills still, I think they're the best team in football. I would say the Chiefs still probably right there at number 2, and then I guess the Eagles are.
See, it's the issue with the Eagles in that argument.
Yeah.
I mean, I will agree. The Bills and Chiefs. If you were to choose elite teams right now, they're elite, and
Right.
the Eagles, you just really don't know. I need to see the Eagles play the Bills or the Chiefs. Last night, the Cowboys have only given up 19 points all year. That's the most they've given up in a game. The Eagles scored 20 in the first half against that defense. Talk about Cooper Rush all you want. I think the argument of Cooper or Dak was settled last night.
I've been saying it the whole time.
Yeah, that was maybe one of the dumber arguments we've ever had.
Yeah.
Anybody's ever had.
That was classic talk radio. Like
talk
it was
about
never gonna happen.
But he can't play from behind. I think the Cowboys are going to be significantly better with Dak.
For sure.
The Eagles they just come and fucking play. every single game. You look at their schedule. I'm not saying they're the greatest team of all time.
I'm looking at it right now.
You can see them going 17-0.
There's no one good on that schedule.
There's not one team that they will be
two.
favored in every single game. The Giants are going to give them a fight. The Cowboys are going to give them a fight.
At Dallas will be rich.
But I mean, they're home against the Packers. Like they're at.
All right, let me read it. They're 6-0. They have the Steelers at home this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
They have the Texans on the road. They have the Commanders at home. That feels like a pretty easy 9-0. At Colts could be tricky if the Colts fix some problems. Packers at home, Titans at home, Giants on the road, Bears on the road, Cowboys on the road, Saints at home, Giants at home. It's not a tough schedule.
And it sucks because I'm not saying they're the best team of all. They're not the 2007 Patriots.
They ought to cruise to the number 1 seed in the NFC.
If they're healthy, that should be an automatic. There was a stat today, shout out John Kincaid's show, that they were saying that the Eagles are currently, I think, 83% to win the NFC East and 70% to be the number 1 overall seed. The next highest in the NFC is the Bucs at 8%.
You know, the craziest stat is there's only 4 teams over 500 in the NFC, and 3 of them are in the East. You got 6-0 Eagles, 5-1 Giants, 4-2 Cowboys, 5-1 Vikings. Everybody else is 3-3 or worse.
And to give the Eagles more credit, they beat the Cowboys last night. The Vikings, people were trashing after the Eagles trashed them. They're 5-1 right now.
Yeah.
So where are the Vikings?
I'm still not a big believer.
The Vikings
I'm not.
are
Hey,
bad.
they're 5-1. They're only lost.
They're solid.
They got
They're solid.
absolutely.
Y'all saying a 5-1 team could be bad?
No, the Vikings are.
No,
we actually beat.
Well, not bad.
Who the Vikings beat? They beat the Lions. They beat the Packers.
Saints.
They beat the Saints.
All I'm saying is y'all are laying out
on the Dolphins, who played a 3rd-string quarterback, and who
Second
else?
string.
y'all are laying out interesting arguments,
string.
considering the arguments you're also fighting on your own behalf.
We're better than them, though.
Teddy didn't play.
He played.
They played.
He came in
Beat
later.
the Bears at
Even
home.
later.
I mean, the
Beat
first
Bears.
quarter.
Marty, they beat the
That
Bears.
guy came, and the Bears.
Beat the Bears.
That is awful.
But that, no matter what, that is teams that you got to look at where it's like, all right.
I understand, but
And they got smoked by the Vikings. I mean, the Eagles
Eagles smoked them.
So that's what I'm saying. They played
it's
it
not only that they won; it's how they won. They kept Justin Jefferson to like 2 catches.
But no, that's the Eagles are. I'm talking about the Vikings. They are. I think they're frauds.
Also, just remember, playoff games are in prime time for Kirk Cousins.
That's also true.
Right.
They'll be in trouble.
they might be.
The only thing with the Eagles, like I think the Eagles are great. I'm just waiting for that one team, which maybe a team can't, at least on their schedule. The one team that just stops the run. Which their offensive line is fantastic, so I'm saying that might not happen.
Yeah, no,
anytime soon.
I think
that would be my only I think the only true wait and see is if one team is able to dial something up to stop the run and make Hurts have to throw it 35 times.
Well, here's the thing. Last year, yes, that did happen. This year, Hurts has actually elevated his play.
No, he's played much
so
better.
Much.
And
I still
AJ
think
Brown.
he's not.
And between A.J. Brown and the Eagles coaching staff has done an incredible job. I mean, they made Parsons disappear last night.
No, that was fantastic.
By just basically letting him free most of the time. And that's with Lane Johnson being out.
I was going to say, they put him in his back pocket. That was incredible.
Yeah, so
I was very impressed.
This Eagles team, for being 6-0, they still have a wild chip on their shoulder, and it would not surprise me if they came to win every single game. Now that'll come other teams have them as a target on their schedule now, and every team's going to give them their A game. But I actually wish the Eagles and Bills or Eagles and Chiefs played in 3 weeks, just so you can see what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
And see where you're at.
Yeah, and get that game out.
Meek Mill should go to every game.
The only thing about that, the other thing about that, Smitty,
He
is
should be at he should perform at every game.
every team that could tell you how good you are, I feel like they're in the AFC.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah, so like in the NFC, the Eagles could they go 15-2 against a bad schedule, and I'm not sure who in the NFC is going to really. It's going to be interesting, and then you get in a one-game scenario. Whoever wins the NFC to win the Super Bowl.
Hey, you say they lose a game. Say they lose against
At the Cowboys.
I say they lose at the Steelers or something. It's either going to be because of
you guys are. We got to discuss you guys in a second.
it's either going to be because of injury or it's
the
either going to be a
people.
letdown game.
See, he's the people.
I'm not the people.
He's the people.
I'm just
talking
saying,
about
if you sat there in that chair and said Vikings are 5-1, but they're bad,
I would.
I'm not saying bad.
Just
I
sat there and did that.
I didn't say bad.
I mean,
He just said that.
When I say bad,
He
I'm
did.
Shut up. When I say bad, I mean they're not a elite 5-1. They're not
Quote.
bad. But you,
Pretty
how
much.
many
The Vikings
times-
are bad.
You've been
I
doing
said
this
they
show
were
with me
solid.
for 2 years.
The Vikings
When I say bad, I'm saying that they're not 5-1.
every argument about the Vikings
They're not
Fine.
They're not that bad.
They're not that. Every argument about the Vikings you just made can be made about the Giants.
No, they can't.
Why not?
The Ravens are better than any team they've played.
The Ravens are 3-3. The Ravens have figured out how to lose every close game they've been in.
The Ravens are better, and the Titans and the Packers. That's just a good win.
The Packers are not good.
They're not great right now, but the Ravens are a better win than anyone the Vikings have beaten. That's a fact.
The Giants, I don't know how they're doing this.
I think the Titans are a better win than anyone.
Giants have been outgained on the season. The Giants were outgained by 200 yards yesterday. How are they doing this?
Coaching. Seriously.
I think
second half adjustments. Second half adjustments.
I think you're right. I think their coaching is so elite when they get in a close game, that coaching makes the difference up in the end.
They're playing with nobody's on offense.
Like
absolutely.
And the defense makes plays too.
Both times, last week and yesterday, they hung around, and then cut their throat. Like they were not the better team for 3 quarters, and then they were the better team.
And what did I tell you? The Ravens didn't lose that game. The Giants.
No, we went and took it in the second half. We went and took it. That's
Same thing against the
It's the
Packers.
3rd game we've won down double digits. I mean, they just
The Giants.
It really the thing that stands out to me the most, like even more than Dable, is just like taking the culture to a whole new level. But the play calling by Kafka has been just unbelievable. Like even the one that I know I'm sure you guys were watching. Like we were at the game, so the one where they drew up the fake and the guy comes across and
Beautiful.
Dimes throws a perfect ball. He just drops it, but just the design of the play call. Like we haven't had that in my entire life. Just like he's maximizing our offense to such an elite level. We're out here winning these games with Richie James and Sills as our receivers.
James is your guy, though.
James.
But I'm saying, imagine what we could do if we had a couple good playmakers.
It's just
Kenny Galladay.
these
But I'm
coaches.
saying I'm not even like
Kadarius Toney.
I'm pretending like they're not even on the roster. Like they're just not even
These
there.
coaches have
Evan
this- have these guys like
Daniel Bellinger's the guy.
Thibodeau was crying after the game.
I loved it.
Like that
People
is
were
like,
hating. I loved it.
He had hating. Well, how can you hate that? That's like
He wants it. He wants
they
it
have
bad.
these guys that they have them believing and like that they're. Let's be honest. I can't believe they're 5-1.
There you go.
But they
Yeah,
all.
of course.
But also
No one expected it.
But also seeing them, it's like when they went down 20-10. That was when it was good.
After the Titans and Packers, like I went in that game like when they were down 2010, I believe still.
I believe,
genuinely
but
I was like, we
usually
can
when they
win
lose.
this game.
So, counterpoint to your argument, the Vikings did handle the Packers week 1.
But that's we agreed that they were bad.
Y'all beat us.
them in your argument for your team.
Oh, I just agreed that they were bad. I said the Titans are probably a better win for the Giants than anyone the Vikings have beaten.
Yeah, and y'all also beat the Packers anyway.
Yeah.
This is a year. We're going to get into the not that bad. So let me make sure I got all the games that are interesting. By the way, let's have this argument right now. The Jets 27, the Packers 10. I know the NFC East is off to a good start, but is the AFC the East the best division of football?
They might be.
I think
The Bills might be.
They might be the
Pats aren't that bad.
deepest.
Yeah.
And the Dolphins are only 3-3 because of what happened to them.
They might be the deepest.
Pats aren't that bad.
The Jets are.
I think the Jets are legit solid. They're a solid team.
I mean, they're better, but I think the Packers are that bad.
I mean, the
I think-
receiving core, wide receiver matters in modern NFL. I mean, they screwed Rodgers, man, when they traded Adams. They screwed him.
I think this season is a lot about we had a lot of teams. We have a lot of teams like the Jets, the Giants. They're unexpectedly where they are. But we had a lot of teams we thought were going to be good, and they're not. The Raiders are 1-4. The Ravens are 3-3. The Bengals are 3-3.
Packers, Bucks.
The
Colts.
I mean, that Bucks loss.
Colts won though. The Colts are 3-2-1.
But I'm saying they were a team people thought were going to be like the Super Bowl contender.
Packers, the 49ers are 3-3. The Rams are 3-3. The Packers are 3-3. The Bucks are 3-3. Like there's so many teams we thought were going to be really, really good, and it just hasn't. It hasn't happened.
But see, there's still a lot of those 3-3 teams that I would buy stock in right now.
Yeah, because there's 3-3, and that's not. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Like I always said, the Bucks. Even after this, like I would double down the Bucks again.
If you're the Bucks and
I'm still buying. I'm not saying
winning
like,
that division.
I'm not saying like definitely win the Super Bowl, but I'm just saying like they're going to be in the playoffs. They're going to be there at the end.
if Brady's divorce court is settled by them and they get healthy, they're threatening the play.
I like seriously has to be like that's a serious thing right now
I think
because
it absolutely
he
has
is
to be.
losing. He is losing his mind on the sideline and blaming everyone besides himself.
Yeah, listen, I think a guy like him, you deserve the right to, you can yell at your lineman, whatever. I just think the weird move was like that he misses practice, like he's traveling on his own, going to weddings, Like Bill Belichick was like, "Nah, I didn't go to Kraft's wedding."
That's what
Still
I'm
with the
saying.
fucking team.
Yeah, like that.
I think that to me is where it's getting like where Brady's almost like, listen, you have all the awards, you're the GOAT, you can do whatever you want, but there's still a level of respect in the locker room where like we're here in the trenches at practice, you're just not here.
He deserves respect, but not the
it's-
respect. The respect leaves after you just don't give a fuck.
We went to Kraft's wedding on Friday night.
That's what I said. Like you're just like, what do you like? I said, like they asked Belichick about it. Like he was like, I had too much going on.
Also, you know how
we have
people
a game on Sunday. I couldn't go.
You know how people get heat for having a wedding in the fall, like especially in the South, where we
Oh, yeah.
don't have a
Friday
wedding. In the fall. Don't have a wedding in the fall. The owner of the New England Patriots just get married in the fall.
A Friday wedding.
7 other months.
Also, it
was a weird. Yeah, it was like
It was a surprise wedding.
That's why everyone was there and not like nice clothes.
Surprise wedding.
Randy Moss
Yes.
was wearing a white shirt.
That's why people were getting trashed for what they're wearing. It was a party where they're told, come casual, wear what you want. And then it just like was a wedding and people didn't know it.
That's the richest shit I've ever
That is
seen.
so
that's
rich.
rich shit.
Like, hey, come to our party. Oh, it's a wedding.
Yeah.
Like,
That's why everyone was there like underdressed.
Well, now
hanging
wait a minute. Time. If Tom Brady didn't know it was a wedding, he's just going to a
it was
random
just going-
party.
That's worse.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
much
Even-
worse.
Even
Yep.
worse if he didn't have the inside scoop.
All right. All right. The Jets 4-2. The Vikings are 5-1. The Bengals 30. The Saints 26. Congratulations on your guys yesterday.
I did the chase over thing. I did.
Yeah.
I was on.
I mean, you.
I was not.
That's a win-win
You're
situation.
such an
for you,
LSU
though.
fan that you.
That's a win-win situation. That game.
You're such an LSU fan that when they
hell no.
is this weekend?
LSU can rot in hell this week. You can hear me say that. I'll say that all. They can rot.
Okay. Well.
But no, Jamar Chase yesterday obviously going to have a good game. I mean, come on, man. He's back in New Orleans. Joe Burrow shows up wearing his damn jersey.
That touchdown screwed the Saints spread. The Saints.
Saints are on my not that
Absolutely should be winning the
not that
whole
bad
game.
rankings now. They've had, like with all the guys out, they hadn't been bad.
All right, let's see the not that bads. Let's see it right now in front of that's a not that bad camera angle. 3 fat guys in a row.
Yep.
It's like 3 different levels of diabetes right there.
Hey,
I think this
I'm
is
not
already,
as fat as
this
I
is
used to be,
already
baby.
wrong. It's already wrong.
What's wrong with it? Well, first of all,
Number one.
the Falcons are 6-0 against the spread.
They're 3-3 overall.
That's what it's all about.
3-3 overall. You can count on that team. You can't count on that team to win every week. Although they did get a good win yesterday. You can't count on that team to win, but buddy, you can count on them to cover the spread.
It's all it's about, but
The Jets are 4-2. You voted for the Jets.
yeah.
They're 4-2.
I took the Jets out of mine because they were
the
that
Falcons.
because they were good.
What are they?
3-3.
And they beat a great team. Like
So,
that is
wait,
a team
time.
that's good.
You took the Falcons out because they're too good, and you voted the Jets number 1. They're 4-2.
Yeah, because they've also beaten some teams.
I think winning at Lambeau Field is not. I don't care how. Like I think that's a good.
We
win.
just went over how the Packers are bad.
Still though, winning.
You did,
go
and
back and
you
forth.
also
You
had
did.
you had them on your list, and then you're going back and forth here.
So Holden Rogers, the 10th.
You are.
No, I'm not.
When you laid out the Giants' schedule of good wins, you made sure to say the Packers.
We agreed that they were bad. We agreed. I said, all right, the Packers are
I
bad.
don't think the Packers. I think winning at Lambeau Field's a good win still.
But the Falcons beating the 49ers is a good win.
It is.
So I don't think they're not that. I think they're good.
Okay, but I didn't take. You took the Falcons out because they're so good at 3-3, and you
Good.
You voted the Jets 1. They're 4-2.
Because I think they've beaten teams. They beat the third-string quarterback of the Dolphins. They beat the Browns. Who they beat? The Steelers.
Steelers, yeah.
And wins. I'm just saying the Falcons, 49ers, you guys all talk about how they have a Super Bowl roster. That's a great win.
It's a good win. I still think they're the definition of this list. Like they're not good. They're just kind of in the middle, and they're going to cover spreads. And yesterday,
If they get to like 2 games above 500, I think then I'll take them off.
The Seahawks are, though,
Seahawks are big time.
they're almost becoming the
Big time, not
definition,
that bad.
too.
all these bad teams are pretty good. I think that
Seahawks are frisky.
I voted the Jags number 2. They might be number 1 because they're they'll show you just god awful, really bad, and then they'll always be in a game.
I took the Jags off mine because I think it might be trending bad.
The Saints and Texans are going to be in every game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I put the
So
Saints.
I had the Texans in mind.
They're never going to win.
We go through. I do want to go through.
I'm sorry, but who voted the Dolphins? They have quarterback. They're on the third-string quarterback. That's not right. They're not a bad team. Who voted the Dolphins?
Don't look at me.
Somebody in here did it.
I'll troll, but I won't do that.
I don't think I did that.
Oh wow, we're gonna sit out because of Oblos, and then we're gonna throw a haymaker. We're gonna throw the Dolphins.
I
and all
did
this.
not do that.
I'm surprised. I guess I must.
Rico? Is it Rico? It's Rico.
It was Bosco, correct.
What a piece of shit.
I'm surprised I was the only one that put the Broncos. I guess.
Broncos are bad.
But I feel like they weirdly are not. They're not that bad.
Oh, they're bad.
No,
Well,
I had a hard time.
they're not that bad
Game
because
tonight
they
was hard to
they're
handle.
not that bad because they are that bad. They should
they're
be
2-3.
They should be at least 4-1 with that
2-3,
roster.
excuse me. And I think they're going to cover tonight.
I think they are too.
Oh, we got to build the parlay. We got to build the parlay tonight. You can't suspend yourself because Bosco didn't show up because it's a Monday. Who shows up to work on a Monday? It's crazy.
Oblos, come on.
Oh yeah, I like to schedule all my oblos on Monday afternoon. All right,
Both your dads are dead, so.
it's true.
Oh God,
Jesus.
double dead.
Well, he's just doing the Rico joke. That's fine. He's taking. Bosco's not going to be here. That's fine.
That was the first time with the double dad. That was both.
Yeah, that was
was
a double
tough,
dip.
man.
Rico usually does the double dip. You just did a double dab.
My apologies.
I'm fine with it. I have no problem with what you just said.
The only time you miss work.
That's the only. I did. If I miss work, somebody's dead.
If you got another dad, though, let us know.
Let's build the parlay. Smitty, I know you got something.
I hate the Broncos so much that I kind of like them, just to cover. Just to cover. So I'm avoiding the Chargers spread, but what I do like in this game is ugly, hard-fought under.
Ugly, hard-fought under. I'm gonna ask Bosco his pick, his prop pick.
Okay.
I know you got one, Ben Mitch. You always do.
Okay, yeah, I was the two I was looking at under, and then I actually think Melvin Gordon was real banged up in practice this week. Obviously, Javonte Williams is out for the year. Actually, Mike Boone's kind of like third down back. His over/under is only 12.5 receiving yards, and I think that he's going to easily get that.
Mike Boone over
12.5
receiving yards. That's so stupid. It has to go in. So it's so obscure.
It is, but he's not getting a lot of snaps. That's like I
like the under more.
thought he'd be getting a lot more snaps than he was.
Gordon's banged up a little bit too. I'll stick with under. I'm not going to the death for that.
That would be my only thing. I mean, didn't last week we have
Did you
somebody
say over 12.5? And it's over,
Mike Boone is now up to 14.5.
if it's moving up, I mean, people have found it and believe in it. I kind of like that. I like the idea of that.
Wilson's going to be under heat too, dumping it off.
Over 14.5 for Mike Boone. That's number one. No, Marty, you're not suspended. You should try to suspend yourself. Go ahead, give me one.
Russell Wilson over 12.5 rushing yards.
He's sneaky, just doesn't run.
Yeah.
Like he
I
runs
think that
backwards.
what Mincy just said, that like I think he's going to have to run tonight. It's the only thing.
Russell Wilson over 12.5 rushing yards. Put it on there. Big F.
Jerry Jeudy touchdown.
Jerry Jeudy touchdown.
It's 210.
That's 210.
Let's juice the odds.
Why
So
are
we got
picking all Broncos.
I mean, I've had mine like
Yeah.
this is the pick I was.
All right,
going
this does. Although those two Boone number and Wilson numbers, I mean, you could cover those easily and not win. So,
You also score one touchdown and not win.
yeah. So,
But I think
I want that to be it, or you want to
We're at
add?
plus
you wanna-
11.50
we're not-
right now.
yeah, that's plus 11.50 already.
This seems like a field goal game too.
that's what
say-
Bosco's going to
yeah,
be
we
anyway.
did
Over 3.5 field goals. There's your parlay.
All right.
that might be almost like 20-1.
That's what we've been averaging, right?
I've been liking those long. Like, the thing is, when you get these 19, 20 to ones, we hit one, we have a profitable season.
Over 3.5 field goals. So Mike Boone over 14.5.
It pays 28-1.
Wow, 28.
There's your parlay.
Woo!
That looks like a good parlay. Come on, you see that? You're like, how's that?
And if you can get an early Judy touchdown, man, and I mean, how Ev's so hot on the touchdowns, even though he's plus 210, I feel like better about that than any other one.
Plus 210 seems low.
All right, there it is. There's your there's your parlay, your Pick Central parlay, Monday Night Football game tonight. I don't have a strong lean in that game at all.
I don't either.
Yesterday, I had a terrible gambling day. I had terrible 2 days. Marty, by the way.
Oh no, I'm the worst gambler.
We see the record. I
don't want to see the records.
I got
Can we not see the records?
I got massacred.
like-
NFL records.
I'm laughing. I got massacred Saturday, but I had a
Oh,
good Sunday.
me too.
I think I looked
watched Saturday.
for some reason I was looking at the Pick Central chat Saturday night, and I looked at Marty's picks, and I was like,
It was like loss.
the only one you won was Kentucky.
Can we, is there any way we can see the record?
Let me tell you,
Scores. Okay.
after the Packers lost,
Still
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah.
after the Packers lost yesterday,
That's a tough. We're not even halfway through the month, Marty.
bro. I know, and I'm betting these games, and I'm thinking I'm gonna have to suspend
Responsibly
myself
retire,
soon.
yeah.
It was like rent's coming soon. Like I gotta really slow down. You know?
I got to like 6 o'clock yesterday, and I had lost, and I looked up and I said, well, fuck it. I bet the Eagles and the Yankees, and I bet Yankees -1.5, and didn't watch the game.
Oh, wow.
So I never.
Wow.
So I ended up making a little bit back, but I just bet those just to because I would not have bet the Eagles under normal circumstance. I just said fuck it.
Alabama really hurt me because I was betting the live a lot.
Yeah.
And then the Packers really, really hurt me. And then all of Saturday was bad for me.
Saturday was bad.
Saturday was bad too, man.
Bad,
I had my once a year. It's always some Saturday in October. I just get completely massacred, and this Saturday was that day.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, I'm a bad gambler.
Well, I am too. So Saturday, Tennessee 52, Alabama 49, and one of the better regular season football games. Don't
forget about Foling, Brandon.
I'm not going to forget about Foling. Before we talk about Tennessee, Alabama, I got to tell you about Foling. Marty, ball.
Bang.
Foling is the hottest game, taking over the streets, taking over the tailgates, taking over wherever you go. It is a combination of football and bowling. Here's what happened. At the 2001 Indy 500, some old dudes from the Midwest got there, and they wanted to go bowling. And they put up a bowling lane with pins and a bowling ball, and they rolled it, and disaster. They didn't have any way to stop the ball, and it was not good. So they said, we need a better ball that can stop itself. Enter the oblong football here. You throw the football, you hit the pins. It is a terrific game. You drink beers with your buddies. You keep score. What better time can be had anywhere than that? Upgrade your tailgate right now. Use code BARSTOOL20 for 20% off and free shipping on a Foling set at playfoling.com. That's playfoling.com, Smitty. All right.
I know we're doing college.
Linebacker hands on Smitty, by the way.
We're doing college. Can I just read a quick, fascinating stat?
Please.
Second team.
So, like I mentioned earlier, the Giants have won 3 games after trailing by 10 points. The other 3 times that the Giants have done that, the 2 last Super Bowl runs, and the last time we made the playoffs in 2016.
That is a good stat.
All right, here are your Evo stats to know. Jets and Giants upset Packers and Ravens. If you bet $100 on Giants and Jets money line every game this weekend, you would be up $1,000.
This season.
This season, you'd be up $1,412.
Pretty good.
Aaron Rodgers loses back-to-back games to New York football teams. That doesn't seem to have a stat involved with it. It's just there. The Ravens blow their 3rd double-digit fourth-quarter lead of the season, now minus 42 in the fourth quarter. If you have a quarterback who hovers around the MVP range, does that happen? Shouldn't, right? It shouldn't.
Not all his fault, but correct.
Brandon, I said that fumble kind of reminded me of when you have a college team and the true freshman quarterback comes in, he starts running around trying to make a play. That's what that was.
In a contract year, I'm not sure if blowing 3-10.
Also, from a
good.
fantasy perspective, J.K. Dobbins just getting benched for Kenyon Drake. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's.
I mean, Kenyon Drake was running around.
He was
but
balling.
He was playing
What
great.
I just want to read. This is this was the prep sheet given to me, so I have to read it. Bengals loaded with former LSU Tigers go into Superdome and win. Ben Mintz (parentheses LSU fan) was rooting for Chase against his Saints. I didn't write that. That's
I know.
okay.
We can all go after.
It's a big day for you. Chase was good. Burrow was good. Congratulations.
Okay, whatever. We can all go after yourselves.
The Panthers are now 3-17 against the spread in their last 20 games.
I'd like to mention, Ebo, that at least Georgia Southern money line plus 350 got to the window.
Why?
Ebo went at me with that stat.
No, that's
wow.
Oof.
No, he just went at me with that on his
It's okay.
stats.
5-1 still top Sunbelt.
We're
East.
going low. We're going.
Hey, no, whatever. I mean, if he's coming to me, that was one that
Do a
saved
spear
that saved my
I
I
Saturday.
like that. You're back against.
He didn't come at you. He called you what you are. He called you an LSU.
I'm not at LSU can rot in hell. You hear me say that?
Well, every Saturday you see. I mean, you say that now, but every Saturday you show up and you're in the stands in an LSU game.
Not in the stands at LSU. I bet against them at Auburn 2 weeks ago. F off.
F off.
I tell you what, there's
damn
there's
right.
nobody that gets more fired up than LSU fans. When you get them mad, LSU fans will get mad at you, buddy. They have got a temper.
You're bad. Real quick, my Baker thing is completely okay now. This team's in shambles. It's not
he's
him.
awful.
No, but he's not playing. This team is Robbie Anderson got kicked off the field. I mean, this team's in shambles.
Unreal.
It's not his fault. No, Tom Brady couldn't get this team together.
The Atlanta Falcons now 6-0 against the spread. Stat to know: only 4 teams in the history of since we've been keeping up with spreads, I guess, have ever started 7-0 against the spread. The Falcons go for that next week.
That's incredible.
Who they got?
I don't know. Somebody should tell me that. Is Bailey Zappi the guy in New England?
He might be. I don't know.
Um,
It's pretty good.
You don't have to rush Mac Jones back. You know, you can.
He looks pretty damn good.
I think he looks I would rather him over Mac Jones.
He looks, yeah. Mac is never.
The real ones remember Western Kentucky last year.
Yeah, and Western Kentucky's got a quarterback doing it again, by the way.
Austin Reed.
All right, what else we got here? Anything? Tennessee 52, Alabama 49. One of the best games I've seen in a long time. Tennessee is going to get all the flowers. We'll do a more advanced college football breakdown tomorrow when we talk about USC and Utah. We'll talk about Michigan and the way they look dominant against Penn State.
Was that the ugliest made field goal you've ever seen?
It's the ugliest. I don't know how it went 40 yards.
It got tipped, correct? Like it had.
Yeah, but how did it go 40 yards?
What?
Stunning.
Did it?
Yeah, I got tipped.
I thought it was just a straight toe.
My problem with that is, how do you get a ball tipped and blocked and it still goes 40 yards?
The hand of God. It really was.
Have y'all seen the shot from where the ref was looking up from the end zone? There's a shot from like somebody standing 10 feet behind the ref, and it shows it how close it goes to the crossbar.
Yeah,
close.
Yeah, it was crazy. I saw that.
Close. It's unbelievable how close it was.
That
should not have gone through.
It could have been an all-time doink.
After it all, taking the field goal post is awesome. It was fucking blowing in the river. It's always funny when sports fans win. Your first thing is demolish our field.
Yeah, people are saying like that's a new thing. They've been doing that for centuries.
One of the weakest things I've seen is Tennessee official Twitter tweeted out yesterday, "We need help paying for our goalpost."
Do you think that
no,
was
you
a
don't.
Joke
You just beat Bama, motherfucker.
It didn't seem like
all the money.
It seemed like
Peyton being there, like Morgan Wallen having a song about like Tennessee beating Alabama and like playing with Peyton Manning. It was unreal. Like Tennessee being good is like that got me interested way more in college football.
Yeah, it is good to have new teams at the top of any sport.
Yes.
It's always good to have new teams at the top of any sport. Now, I will say this. You guys have opened Pandora's box. Tennessee fans are the worst people on earth. And you're going to hate them in days.
Saying Big T gave up on the Braves real quick.
Yeah, he did. That was sad.
Real quick.
Oh, he gave up on Tennessee like 3 times on Saturday.
That was sad.
He said, we went through, 10, 15-minute stretches?
Oh,
where he was just,
it was a back.
he was just doing
Big T
that.
just be like, no, we lost. It's
Yeah.
over. We lost.
As soon as Alabama took a
I know this
35-34
game.
lead, the game was over.
Yeah.
That's a fan.
I know that Lummox had a rough Friday, but
He gave up on the Braves real fast.
Yeah. But it is good to see new blood at college football. And Alabama
ranking them 6, by the way, was crazy.
Who did?
Some guy, the P25, like the guy.
Well, they don't watch games. Alabama, by the way. I mean, usually when they lose a game and you look at them and you say whatever you say, they're always going to bounce back and still get the SEC title game. I don't know. They've played 6 games. They've struggled bigly in 3 of them. They lost to Tennessee. Yeah. They wouldn't have beat Texas if Ewers didn't get hurt. They barely beat A&M. Like, they've struggled huge. And their defense, man, where's the defense? What happened to Will Anderson? Where'd he go?
I mean, he made no like big time.
Jeremy Pruitt's gonna be their DC next year again.
Oh my God,
Bryce Young is thank God for that guy because he's
got him on their back. Like he
his
should
entire back.
I think he should be a bigger Heisman contender this year than he was last year.
I agree.
Like,
he's doing that with an AC joint. AC joint is no fucking.
He almost
joke.
single-handedly won that game the other day. All right.
Give Heupel credit too.
Oh, Heupel's amazing.
He was the guy who none of them wanted.
We'll talk. Nobody wanted. Yes.
I remember talking to Big T and being like, Big T, it's always the guy that you don't like, not excited about, that you end up pulling out for. I remember he was furious.
Yeah.
I remember being like, Big T, he's gonna be all right.
It's like when Ben Mintz fired Mike Bianco, the Ole Miss baseball coach, a month before he won a national title.
It was 2 months, but yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about
that. It definitely happened.
Well, timelines are hard because you're
I admit it.
You're an LSU fan. So anyway,
go to hell.
10 years, $200 million.
Who does?
Charles Barkley.
Or TNT?
Yeah, that's so much money.
He's underpaid.
He is.
Okay. Sometimes in life you have to say F it and free your fire. We are a gambling show. We got a Monday night game tonight, and my best gambler, the best horse in my stable right now, is sitting to my left. It is Big Ev. Give him the F it pick. The Fireball F it pick of the day, Big Ev. What is it?
Pick of the day on these primetime games. I'm 4 for 4 on touchdown scores. Today we go 5 for 5. Jerry Jeudy plus 210 to score a touchdown at any time. Jerry Jeudy touchdown plus 210. F it, free your fire. Best shot in America. Fireball. God bless.
There it is. We go with picks now. Smitty, I've already seen your card a little bit, and it's ridiculous.
Wait, did Eichel ever score that day?
Oh God. They won 1-0. He didn't score.
Oh, Smitty.
We're back on the hockey trail, but Yankees, I think they roll tonight. Also have the over in the Yankees. The Stars are the pick of the day. They're playing the Jets under 2.5. Those bets have been doing pretty solid this year for me, and Avalanche Wild over 6.5.
Marty Mush.
Yankees, Broncos.
Two-play card, really. What a pussy.
It's pussy.
You're just a pussy. You're just unbelievable.
Wallet.
Big F.
Broncos was 4.5. Love the Broncos. Also love the under 46. Broncos just play ugly games.
What are you guys? Pussies. You're pussies.
I give you anytime touchdown score too.
Taking the Yankees?
I have the
2 picks too.
I have the Chargers minus 4.5, and I have the Yankees Guardians under 7.5. Every pitch is going to be contested, like just the biggest deal ever. I like under 7.5. Ben Mintz.
I have the over 7.5. I have Chargers Broncos under 45.5, and I did the Mike Boone over 12.5 receiving yards.
Do you think the Yankees benefited from the rain delay? That we don't have Shane Bieber for 5 innings, but we don't have Nestor Cortez for 5 innings. So which one?
I don't think it really matters that much, to be honest.
All right.
I don't think it's a big deal.
Remember, Marty Mush has guaranteed victory. Big Ev is a pussy and will not guarantee victory.
And don't forget, we're keeping track
Confident.
of our records this week. We will have a weekly loser this week.
Perhaps. We are keeping track of the records. It depends what my mood is.
If you lose or
You
not.
see if he loses.
Right. We'll see.
What, you're not going to make Megan making money through the ACT?
I'd like to see her husband do it more than her. Just get him loaded up on what God knows what, or
Have him do it Saturday.
or just wake him up because I think
You
he's
can take
always.
it like after an LSU game.
All right, after Saturday.
During an LSU game.
During the college football live show.
That would be torture. Doing it during an LSU game, wouldn't that be torture?
That would be pretty funny if he had to do that. I would say that.
God.
Mincy, tell the people, are you saying F off if they're saying you're an LSU fan?
Yeah, I'm saying F off. Go to LSU. I'm freaking undefeated. We're going down there. Let's go.
You're undefeated for 6 more days. 5 more days.
I am nervous about this game. I'm not.
You should be.
Yeah,
You're
I'm not going to
lose
deny
by
that.
4.
I mean, it's not going to be easy. But
You
go to
struggle
hell.
with Auburn.
Auburn, 2 touchdowns, ran for 448 yards. Brandon.
Auburn is the worst team in the West by
Still,
far.
still
and you
ran
made
for
them look-
450 yards. Our run defense concerned me. I'm not no denying it, but still,
Yeah.
got to split the.
All right. You guys are trash.
Better than you are.
The Yak is up next. I don't know that you are.